and then Danny and Holly can get caught up watching the recording. Okay, so 100 reps, pickleball. Do you guys want to try to work that in somehow?
Yeah, because I also did not do that.
Correct. Maddie did not either.
No, I did not.
Now you could, and this is what we did last cycle. We had some people that just practiced pickleball by hitting the ball, using the racket, hitting the ball up against the wall at the gym. Just getting.
Okay.
You could actually do that and kill two birds with one stone. Do 100 hits on the wall, and that's your pickleball too. So something to think about there. And then burpees, Christine, you've done yours and reported yours.
Yeah, so do we have until Sunday? Because I started on Monday.
Yeah. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. And Maddie, you
Okay.
do too. So are you going to get on those, Maddie?
Remind me again.
The challenge for the last week is 7 days in a row of, is it 10 burpees? 10 burpees.
Okay.
So if you were there at the workout today, so you could count. What was your time today?
I think 9. How many? My time was like 9 something.
Okay, so you did 30 burpees. So we'll give you 3 days worth.
Okay.
So give us 4 more days
Okay.
worth, and then we'll call that one good. So I'm just trying to check off, and let me, Maddie, can you see the screen? If I screen share, can you see it?
Probably.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna undo the chat for now. We may not use the chat. So let's see if I can get you guys in. Okay, you guys can see the screen then?
Yeah.
Okay, what I wanted to show you is this. This is the points checklist that I've been using, and what we just determined is I've got, actually, Christine, I already have you checked off on week 6 on the burpees, which means you have to perform now. The week 1 is not checked off, and that's the rowing and running, because it's not officially over until the end of this week. And you guys need to tally up your distances on the row and your distances on the run if you did any running. And if you just think back, I mean, hopefully you were taking notes as you went along, but in all your warm-ups, all the rowing that was in the WODs, everything counts to those totals. Okay. So if you can kind of accumulate the numbers there, then I'll do the calculations, the points calculations based on that. The system allows or it awards 1 point per 5K on the rower, and 1 point per 4K on the running. So if you guys can accumulate that, I will put those points awards in this column right here under week 1 challenge. And
does that does that end on Saturday or Sunday?
For purposes of points calculations, I'll give you all the way through Memorial Day, all the way through Monday.
Ooh.
So
okay, great.
Calcs end. Monday PM. Okay. All right. So anyway, one of the points requirements as well is to do the final weigh-in, which is here. So you guys need to make yourselves available sometime between now and, I mean, it could be Tuesday too, but when the next time it's available to you, I'll be taking one last reading on the Renfo and putting the numbers in right here. And and then those numbers go into the calculation for total points. And I think I have that written down somewhere, or do I? It's like I have to remember. I'll look it up. But there's a points award for for the percent body fat. I think it's a point per percent body fat, something like that. Anyway, I'll look that back up. And so anyway, I need the final weigh-ins and the percent body fat to make those calculations. Then I'll have the final points. Then I can say who the winner is, and we can all cheer that person for leading the way. So Holly and Danny are, I think all four of y'all did a really good job on this program. And of course there are always distractions, and there's always things that come up that get you a little bit behind, but you guys kept up pretty well. And I think you got pretty good results as well. I felt like everybody settled into a nutrition program that they were comfortable with, and were more or less satisfied with the food quality, the variety of food that you were able to eat, and certainly the quantity was there for you. So then most importantly, everybody really did a good, not most importantly, but everybody did a great job of showing up at the gym and getting good workouts in. And my sense was that everybody had pretty good energy during the whole program. And on top of that, from some of y'all's comments, at least some of y'all talked about inflammation being down and sleep quality being up, which are all results that we look for in the program. So any comments in that regard from y'all?
Yeah, I feel like my inflammation, just with working out even too consistently, I haven't been pain-free in a very long time, and I have not had any pain during these 6 weeks. So it's been pretty awesome.
That's fantastic. Can you rank the elements that went into making that possible? Do you have any idea what the most important thing was? Was it something you stopped eating, or something you started eating, or some other thing?
So definitely just stopped eating. Like I eat an AIP diet, so no gluten, no dairy, no nightshades, no nuts. So following that very strictly. And then really just I know I've said this before, but just being active, like being active helps so much, but it's hard to be active when you're in pain. So just being able to be consistent in being active, whether I go to the gym or not. I've been running and walking pretty much every day, and just getting, vitamin D, which helps inflammation so much. So I think those three things have really helped.
That's fantastic. And the fact that you followed the program and did a lot of things on your own to make all that possible is terrific. It's a great story. Which brings me to another point, and I'll just mention it now because I don't want to forget. We're gonna award 2 bonus points for everyone that gives me a testimonial online. So Maddie, you can't do that today, and it's not ideal for Christine either, because you guys are kind of in weird situations right now. But maybe it's just a 1 or 2 minute thing, but maybe we'll do something at the gym.
Okay.
Line it all up and get you hooked up, and we'll do a quick testimonial, 1 or 2 minutes, something like that, to tell your story, and then we'll use that blatantly to advertise for the subsequent programs. But yeah, so Christine, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I've been feeling good. I don't think a lot has changed as far as inflammation or anything for me. But I'm kind of eating the same food, so it was just trying to figure out the amounts and doing that kind of thing. It was really tough last week. I was being out of town for work for 6 days, only eating restaurant food and things like that. So I was actually kind of dragging a lot last week, and I feel good back on everything this week. So it's been good.
Good. Okay, final way in. All right, let's talk about the future a little bit. One of the main outcomes that we want to see, that we try to try to achieve in this program is permanent change and for the better. Meaning we spend a lot of time talking about habit forming behaviors and thought processes to help people to kind of rewrite their scripts. And the main reason for that is that after this week, a lot of the structure in the program is suddenly very voluntary and not as scripted and not as monitored as it is or as it has been in this last 6 weeks. So that means you're on your own and you're dialing in your nutrition and living your life the way you choose. And we hope that through this program, you've got some new skills and some new techniques and some new tools in your bag that allow you to continue down the path that you established already. In other words, enabling you to reach your weight goals and your percent body fat goals that you had coming in. I've had these conversations with Danny and Holly as well. They're both all four of y'all have made substantial and consistent, very steady progress. Holly had one little oops last week. She came in after the weekend and said, this is not going to look good. And we measured her and it didn't look good. And then we decided to do it 3 days later when she had a chance to restabilize everything and the numbers fell back in line. So the numbers for all of y'all have performed the way we hoped they would. And you can continue down that path with that same steady state slope to the curve until you reach your ultimate goals, whatever those goals may be. I know Maddie has some goals for, is it September that you got?
November.
Yeah, so Maddie's got some specific goals for then, and Christine, I'm not sure that what your outlook is for the next 6 or 12 months, but if you have goals there, then this program sets you up pretty well to continue down that path. So we want you to launch out of this 6-week program with those skill sets and those motivations and those, I guess, the disciplines that this program brought. And on top of that, for people that want to continue in some aspects of the program, we have basically a bridging system that we use called Ascend that takes us all the way from this program to the next Bod Squad. And the next Bod Squad is going to be in the fall. So let me show you. I've got a good graphic here of what that looks like. This is kind of a highway, and you could think of the Bod Squads as entrance points to the highway. The New Year, New You program that we ran earlier this year was here. So January, February, March timeframe. These are weeks in the year. So January is here, February is here, and March is all the way to here. And then April was where we started the Spring Clean, which is the program you guys are on. And the Spring Clean went for 6 weeks, so to here. And then the next Bod Squad that we're going to run will be the Fall into Fitness program. So there's some bridging opportunities, bridging between New Year, New You and Spring Clean, bridging between Spring Clean and the Fall into Fitness, and then all the way through the end of the year. And the people that join the Ascend program are actually linked in to a group similar to the group we have right now. And they continue on the journey using some of the same techniques that we're using now. So using more meal plan, meal prep, recipe guidance that comes regularly, getting semi weekly or daily lesson plans for different mindset and nutrition issues and physiological issues that we want to share with y'all. Having the regular consultations between themselves and other Ascend members, and between them and me on a weekly basis, and having the Zoom call on Thursdays. So there's certain things that we do that are structural that we continue to do during these bridging times here, and the big summer bridging time here, and then the bridging time all the way through the end of the year. And I've got a curated group of weekly programs that I showed you all a little bit of last week, that's set up to help me to facilitate this program. So anyway, the Ascend program is a new membership, and I've got last year we had as many as 10 people in the Ascend group, and there was sort of a natural process where those folks, reached their goals, found good steady state, and then dropped out of the program, and successfully, but dropped out. And Kevin and Jeff are two examples of that. They were in the Ascend program at the beginning of this year, and then they finally dropped out about, I guess it was in February or March. Anyway, so if you want to stay in the program with access to the app and the data sets and the weekly weigh-ins and all that, and some of the discipline around the program with the Zoom calls and everything else, then that's a way to do it. And Maddie and I have talked about getting that going, and I think Maddie is ready to roll on that. Christine, you and I haven't spoken about that yet, but we could talk whenever we see each other in the gym. Anyway, this is an invitation to y'all to continue the program through this Ascend mechanism. And I'll make sure Danny and Holly watch this as well, because they may have an interest in that as well. I like having multiple people in Ascend, because the peer interactions are really good. There's nobody that understands what you're going through better than another person going through it, and that's what this program kind of facilitates. If it ends up being just me and Maddie, or me and Maddie and Christine, that's great as well. We're going to learn a lot and make good progress. If we end up getting more people, we've actually had people join in. Let's say they want to join the Bod Squad, but they don't want to wait until the fall program starts. They want to start something right away. We have a mechanism for getting them on the on-ramp to this Ascend highway, even if it's between Bod Squads. They'll actually get an abridged version of the entire package that y'all got in Bod Squad, to get them ramped up on how to meal prep and how to shop and how to cook in the kitchen and all that stuff. And then they join and participate in the Ascend group directly. Anyway, that's kind of in a nutshell, what the program looks like. There's plenty more detail, and I can address that with y'all individually. But if you want to continue in that, you'll need to make a decision by next week. And we're going to have our first launch of content next Monday or Tuesday. So that's that. And then let's see, I wanted to show you just a little snapshot of some of the content that we'll be posting next week. And this is a cool little segment on some of the physiology of what's going on in our brains when we're having good days and bad days and everything in between. And it breaks down in quite some detail the differences and the similarities between the four major neurochemicals in our brains. You guys have heard these numbers or heard these names before: dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins. And I can tell you that, I said there's some similarities between them. These are all feel-good chemicals. So when they're floating around in your brain, something good is happening and you're feeling good about it. And the one thing that I see that triggers, one of the many triggers of every single one of these, is good, hard, strong, challenging physical activity. So the fact that you guys are CrossFitters is it puts you money ahead on feeling good and being happy. So I don't know if you've ever noticed that connection, but I sure have. And
Yeah.
anyway, so we dive into this kind of stuff. The following week will be completely different, but definitely useful and interesting as well. And we'll just go through these segments and learn together about all the details of those segments. Last thing I wanted to show you all is, and this is for Danny's purposes. So Danny, I hope you're watching this video eventually. I have to brag on you, brother. In the compliance program, which is all those things you had to check off on the daily basis. This is going to kill Holly, but Danny came in first place with 47 out of 49 compliance elements satisfied. And Christine was good at 75%, and then Maddie was great at 47%. And then Holly, goodness gracious, Holly, I know you have kids to raise and all that, but Danny really kicked your butt on this one, and he's going to love that. So you're going to have to turn around and kick his butt on the points thing to even the score. So anyway, that was that. And let's see if there's anything else. I'm looking to see if there's anything else I need to mention to you. You know, just whether you decide to do the Ascend thing or not, keep it going. I'd be happy to continue to run the Renfo for you whenever you want to do a weigh-in at the gym. We can keep that database going. That's not a problem. And I plan to, I haven't really articulated that, but I want to offer that to all graduates of the BOD squad. I want everybody that wants to continue to do those weigh-ins whenever they want. So anyway, that's that. I don't have anything else. Do you guys have anything else you'd like to address before we shut her down?
I don't.
Okay, I'm gonna let y'all go get back to what you're doing, which is really good stuff. And thank you so much. You guys participated very well. It was a great group, and all four of you really, and because you know, I could tell y'all were zoned in, y'all were taking care of your business, and you all four had good results because of that. And that's totally on you. So congratulations for that. I'm glad to have been able to watch your progress, and I look forward to continuing to watch it as we go forward. So with that, I will sign us off and wish you guys the very best.
Great. Thank you so much, Mike.
Okay, you're welcome, and I'll see y'all tomorrow or this weekend or Monday or Tuesday.
Yep.
Thank you.
Take care, guys.